There we go. Yep. No, not that. Okay. Hello, good morning. I'll turn the air down a little bit. I just wanted to, it was a little stuffy in here, so I was just clearing the air. But let's, you know what, I'll turn it off now, and then if we need it, we'll turn it back on. All right, yeah. Cold yoga is not. Hot yoga is not great, but cold yoga is not great either. And I hate when it's summer and it's supposed to be warm and you're like having to like throw on layers of clothes, because I was in the supermarket yesterday and oh my God, it's like walking into a refrigerator and you're sweaty from outside. Okay, anyway. So last week in the Indian calendar was I don't know, it's not really a holiday, but like a day that's celebrated, that's called Guru Purnimah. It's the full moon in July every year, and it's a day to celebrate your teachers. And so a day to honor any teacher, the teacher, you know, any teacher that you've had. So, of course, it's a day to, you know, to kind of remember mentors that you've had and people that you appreciate. But, you know, and in the Indian tradition, there was often a tradition of following a particular guru, you know, and of sort of giving yourself and your time and your energy and your money over to a particular person. And there are still traditions that do that, and I'm not knocking that. If that's your tradition, then it's fine. And it's a day to honor that person. But when you're not in that tradition, another way of honoring that tradition is to honor what we, in the sort of West and in the modern world, called form of yoga, called the guru principle, which is the idea that instead of one particular being having all the answers, or one particular person in your life having all the answers, that life itself is your teacher. Life itself becomes your teacher. And so that the idea is that, you know, the wisdom of the universe, the truth of the universe, it's always flowing to us. And the guru is what it happens to be flowing through in that moment. You know, so again, maybe in the form of a mentor, or you know, a teacher figure, maybe in the form of a great friend, maybe in the form of a terrible boss, maybe in the form of a natural disaster, maybe in the form of losing your job. You know, any of those things can be a teacher for us. And the idea is that we sort of shift the narrative from, oh, why is this happening to me? Or why is this person in my life that I have to deal with? And it's, you know, challenging. And it's not to say that it's not challenging, because it is, but it shifts the narrative from, oh, sort of this victim way of being with whatever's showing up, people, things, circumstances, to what is this here to teach me? And then when we come at it from that perspective, then we're sort of stepping into our power. And instead of it being something that's happening to us, it's something that we are engaging with for our own growth. And so that's a really empowering way of thinking about, you know, situations we find ourselves in. So somebody had sent me this little thing a couple of years ago. I wish I could remember who sent it to me. It's lovely, but it encapsulates this idea really beautifully. I'm going to read it to you. Anything that annoys you is for teaching you patience. Anyone who abandons you is for teaching you how to stand on your own 2 feet. Anything that angers you is for teaching you forgiveness and compassion. Anything that hurts you is for teaching your heart to soften. Anything that has power over you is for teaching you how to take your power back. Anything you hate is for teaching you unconditional love. Anything you fear is for teaching you courage. Anything you can't control is for teaching you how to let go and trust in the universe. And so it sort of flips the script, you know? Instead of, oh, why is this thing annoying me? It's, oh, I'm learning patience right now, you know? And that's a much more empowering feeling and thought to have. I was sharing, when Anne came in, you know, I had a little bit of a crazy morning. My 12-year-old's camp bus changed. They let us know at like 6 o'clock this morning. He's a kid who needs time to like prepare for transitioning things being different. And he wasn't even awake yet. I didn't see it till late. And it was sort of this like panicky moment where he was like, I'm not going, I'm not getting on that bus. I'm not going to camp today, you know? And I said, you know, here's the thing. You're getting on the bus and you're going to camp because you love camp. You want to be at camp for the day, you know? But what if you looked at this as, the circumstance isn't going to change, What if this is, what am I going to learn on the bus today? What is this bus ride coming to teach me? And you're not going to know that till later. You can't decide right now what that is, You can't decide before you've gotten on the bus. Did he hear it? Not really. He was still having a tantrum. But, maybe it got in there a little bit. And we all do that. We all have the tantrum. Why is this happening to me? Why is this going on right now? I get there. We all get there sometimes. But the guru principle is this idea of, okay, how am I going to use this? My middle child says it this way. When he has a struggle with a friend, he says, everybody comes to you as either a blessing or a lesson. And that's it, Either you're getting blessed by what you're receiving and then take it in, receive it, enjoy it, like sop it up, give thanks, appreciate it, Or it's a lesson. Drink it in, absorb it, take it in. What am I learning? What am I going to do with this, Flip the script. Okay, those are the thoughts for today. And then, in our practice, every pose becomes a teacher for us. Our breath becomes a teacher for us. All the ways that we participate in our practice, our bodies. Okay, so close your eyes and sit nice and tall. Every injury I've ever had has been an education. Not that I've wanted to be injured, not that it's been frustrating and hard. Every diagnosis is an education. When we can look at it that way, instead of it shrinking us and putting us in this little box, it actually expands us. Expands our hearts, expands our minds, expands our bodies sometimes. So see if you can find your way into a comfort with learning, with being open to the lessons that the universe wants to teach you today. Guru is whatever is showing up in your life to teach you what you need to learn. Join your hands together in front of your heart. And let's begin together by chanting 3 ohms. If you'd like to join in, take in a deep breath. Your head to your heart, honoring your heart as a teacher, your body, your breath, and the other teacher you want to honor in your practice today. Release your hands, let your eyes open. Okay, we're going to start on hands and knees. Come to hands and knees, tabletop. Let's start with a little cat and cow breath. Yeah, you can put a blanket under your knees if you need, that's fine. All right, spread out your fingers and make your arms steady and strong as you inhale. Lift your chest, looking up, arching your spine. And as you exhale, let your spine round. Pull your navel up towards your spine. Let your head release. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, turn inward. And then as you fall into a rhythm, just allow your breath to guide the rhythm of your movement. So wait for the inhale before you arch. Wait for the exhale, just flowing with your breath. Without resisting, often we're facing, something showing up that we don't necessarily want showing up. We're pushing out against it, we're resisting it. So as we start to move with the breath, it's a way of just lining up with what's happening. One more breath in and out. Good, and then come to neutral. Bring your knees a little closer together just for balance, that's it. And then just start to circle your right leg in the air Send your knee out to the side, bring it forward, stretch your leg back behind. That's it. Just sweeping the leg around like you're drawing a circle in the air with your knee. And then circle the other way, so just change the direction of the circle. That's it. Big movement out to the side. And then the next time your leg comes forward, just step it up outside your hands. So sweep it forward, step it up onto your foot. That's it. That's it. So you're in a lunge. And then circle here. So now, imagining that you're drawing a circle in the air with your hips, with your pelvis. Shift forward, send your hips back a little bit, out to the right a little, go one way, and then circle around the other way. There's lots of reasons in our yoga practice why we do things, you know, we change the direction. We do everything one way and then we balance it with the other side, whether that's a circle or the way we lace our fingers. It's a way of letting our brain just shift out of habitual patterns. Shift forward, bend your front knee, come up on your fingertips, lengthen your spine, so just a little deeper lunge, bend into the front knee a little deeper. So every time we do something like that today, where we circle one way and then that's the habitual way, right? Then we do it the other way, it's usually the non-habitual way. It's also a remembrance to just let your mind come out of those repetitive patterns that keep us feeling like the victim. All right, slide that leg back. Come back to tabletop. Sit back onto your heels, child's pose. Drop your elbows with your palms down. And then do a little wrist stretch. So lift up your hands, keeping your wrists down. Spread out your fingers. And then press your hands down, fingertips down. And then lift your fingers, press your wrists down. Exhale, press your finger pads down. And one more like that, just a little stretch for the wrist. Lift your hands and then press them down. Good, come back up to your tabletop. Knees a little closer. Left leg circles, so sweep it out to the side and then up, around, and back. Go one way. That's the way that feels comfortable because that's what we do. Body wants to be in the path of least resistance, right? Then circle around the other way. Ask it to do something different. And even though it feels weird, might feel awkward, might feel even uncomfortable, remind yourself that there is value in engaging with the discomfort. All right, swing that leg forward. Step it outside your hands. Good, and then circle here. Go one way. And then around the other way. And then the next time the knee is bent, hold here, come up on your fingertips, bend a little deeper into the front knee, lengthen through your spine, draw your shoulders back, and just hold in a little bit of a deeper lunge for a couple of breaths. And then as you're ready, exhale, slide that knee back. Drop back again, hips to heels. And then turn your palms up this time. Good, and then make a fist. Stretch the back of the wrists. And then open out the hands, press the finger pads down. And then make a fist. And then press them down. And one more time, make a fist. If you can lift your hands up a little bit so the wrist gets a little more stretch, do that. Then press your hands down, spreading your fingers out. Good, come on back up to tabletop. Okay, come down onto your belly now. So come all the way down. And take your arms back behind you, palms facing down. Bring your forehead or your chin to the floor. And then bring your awareness to your legs and snuggle your legs in close together. They don't have to be touching, just don't let them be sort of splaying apart and going to sleep. So tone your legs, hug them towards each other, tone your butt, your glute muscles. And then keeping your feet, your knees, your pelvis pressing down, lift your shoulders and your head up. That's it. Lift your shoulders a little higher now. Squeeze your shoulder blades in. Lift your head a little higher. Now, without letting your shoulders round, lift your hands up off the floor. Right? If we lift up high, the shoulders round. So keep your hands down low. They're hovering, but lift your shoulders higher than your hands. One more breath. Good. Exhale and just turn your cheek to the side and rest. One more like that. This time we're going to lift everything up. So again, tone your legs, glutes, ground your pubic bone, lift your upper body, lift your arms, and then maybe lift your legs also. That's it. Extend your legs out long. Extend your spine out of your pelvis. Spine forward, legs back, arms reaching, lift everything a little higher, and exhale and release. Make a little pillow this time and rest your other cheek. Then slide your right knee out to the right like you're doing a tree pose. Yeah, and then bring your heel, take your heel in line with your right knee, so the right knee is open. Then press your knee and your foot, your right knee and your right foot down into the floor. And bring your awareness to your sit bone, your right sit bone, so right there in your pelvis, and draw it down towards the floor, as if you were trying to close the space underneath your inner thigh, which is not going to happen, but you're going to feel a little more stretch into the hip that way. That's it. Good. Extend your left leg out long. And then slide your hands under your shoulders like cobra arms. Squeeze your elbows in. Squeeze your shoulder blades in. And then just lift your head in line with your shoulders. Lift your shoulders in line with your elbows. Good. Keep your sit bone, your tailbone rooting towards the floor and lengthen out of your pelvis. Exhale, release. You can bring your hands back into a pillow and slide your right leg back. Second side, left knee out to the left, like a tree leg. Bring your heel in line with your knee, if you can, so the knee, instead of being closed and your heel towards your right inner thigh, your heel is out a little bit. Press your knee down, the inner edge of your foot down, your tailbone towards the floor, your sit bone, left sit bone down towards the floor. Keep your right leg extending out nice and long. And then slide your hands under your shoulders. Cobra. I call this cobra in a tree. Shoulders up. Head up. Tailbone, sit bones down. Hug your elbows in, shoulder blades in. Take one more breath. And exhale and release. Slide that leg out behind you. Good. Press up to tabletop. Okay, we're going to swing the right foot forward again. So step your right foot up, outside your hands one more time. So yeah, go wide. And then kickstand your back leg back behind you. So swing it back towards your left ankle. So, towards your right ankle. So your left leg, you're going to swing that heel towards your right ankle behind you. That's it. That's just for balance. Now take your hands, walk them towards the upper left corner of your mat, but keep pressing the right knee over to the right. Margaret, you can go on your mat. You don't have to be, you can go on your mat, like with your foot. Bring your, yeah, so you're not quite as wide. That's it. I know I said wide, but we want to keep the knee over the ankle. That's it. Yeah. Good, so the knee is pressing a little bit to the right. Your arms are reaching left. That's it. Keep pushing your hips back behind you. Instead of letting everything come forward and the weight drop into your hands, push into the floor and push your hips back. So you're feeling more stretch into the hips. Yes, good, you guys. That's it. That's it. Okay, walk your hands under your shoulders. Swing the right leg back. Then over to the other side. So left foot out, outside the hands, but not super wide, just outside the hands. That's it. Good. Kickstand your right leg. So swing your right leg up towards your, go other way, Anne. Like that, you got it. Then hands out on a diagonal. Knee is pressing over towards the left. Arms are reaching out to the right, and you're pushing your hips back behind you. Yeah, so that it's a hip stretch. One more breath right where you are. Walk your hands under your shoulders, slide your left knee back. And find your way to downward facing dog. So grip your fingers down, lift up and back. Good, and then just pedal out your feet a few times. Bend one knee and then the other. We're going to come up to standing, so you can either walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet. And then come on all the way up. Reach up and stretch up. And exhale, just let your arms release by your sides. Okay, if you have, move your blocks in front of you. Do you need blocks for your hands and for forward? But yeah, put your blocks in front of you. Okay, we're going to do a little wrist release. So here's what it looks like. So you can do this with your knees as bent as you need to. And we're going to do one hand at a time. So I've got my right hand on the floor, and I'm tucking my left hand underneath my left foot. I'm trying to get my toes up into the wrist crease. And then I'm leaning forward and I'm pulling out with this hand, so I'm getting a stretch in the wrist, okay? So you've got a block there. That's why we've got the block. So if you need this hand up on a block, that's fine. We're going to bend your knees, fold forward, lift up your left toes. Your right hand can stay on a block or on the floor. Lift up your toes and slide your left hand underneath your left foot. Yep, so put your heel down, lift your toes up, man. That's it. And then try to get your hand. So bend your knees as much as you need to. See if you can get your hand under there. That's it. That's it. And then push down with your toes. And just try to have a sense that you're pulling your hand out from underneath your foot so you feel a little stretch in your fingers and your wrist. That's it. Okay, good. Then lift up your left toes. Go slow, careful. Slide the left hand out. You can put your left hand on the block. Lift up your right toes. Tuck your right hand underneath. Bend your knees as deeply as you need to. It's not a hamstring stretch. We're doing this more for the wrist. So you can just bend your knees. Try to get your toes as close up into the wrist as you can. Then push your toes down into your hand. And try to pull your hand out. Imagine you're trying to pull your hand out from underneath your foot. Okay, good. Release your hand slowly. Bring your foot back down. Look forward. Hands to your hips. Lift your elbows, your shoulders, your head. Push into your feet. And come on up. Okay, good. Step your feet wide. Turn and face the long edge of your mat. Step your feet wide. Okay, great. Turn your right foot forward. Turn your left toes in a little bit for warrior two. So warrior two legs. See that your right heel is bisecting the instep of your left foot. Turn it out all the way, Margaret, if you can, so that your toes are pointing straight towards me. Turn your foot out, like that. Okay, bend into your knee. That's it. If your knee is coming over your ankle, if it's coming forward of your ankle, then either widen your stance or back out of the knee just so you're not putting pressure into the knee. Stretch your arms out wide. Let your shoulders relax down. That's it. Make your left leg really long and strong and sit into the right knee. Release your hands. Turn your right foot in. Turn your left foot out. That's it. Bend into your left knee. Knee over your ankle. Arms out to the sides. Good. Right leg strong. Press the pinky edge of your right foot down towards the floor as you bend into your left knee. Shoulders right over the hips. Let your shoulders be relaxed. Good. Inhale, come on up. Release your arms. Turn your feet to parallel. Face the long edge of your mat. Good. And then right from your hips, hinge forward, right at the hip joint. Long spine, fold forward. If you need your blocks, grab your blocks along the way. Fold into Prasarita Padottanasana. Let your head, your jaw, your shoulders relax. Okay, we're going to take this into warrior dog. So stay with me here. We're going to walk towards the right foot and turn the right foot forward. So back to warrior legs. We were just there. Turn the right foot forward towards me. That's it. And then bend your right knee. So we did this with the back knee on the floor. It's the same thing. We're just doing it with the knee off the floor. Then keep your knee over your ankle. Walk your hands a little bit more towards the upper left corner of your mat. So again, big stretch for the hip. That's it. And if you want to put hands on blocks, you can do hands on blocks here. That's totally fine.
Once again, don't let your weight drop into your hands. Push your hips back behind you. Your weight should stay in your feet. All right, one more breath here. And then walk to center, turn your right foot in. Walk to the left foot, turn the left foot out. That's it. Bend your left knee. That's it. Press your left knee wide. Walk your hands to the opposite corner of your mat. Push your hips back behind you. Yeah, that's it, Michael. Good. Yes. Another deep breath in. Long exhale out. Good. Walk to center, parallel your feet. Press into your fingers, lengthen your spine. If you need to bend your knees, you can always bend your knees here, but then push into your feet and come on up. All right, if you need a break, you can step your feet together for a moment. We're gonna come wide again. We're gonna do a little shoulder stretch here, but just watch me for a minute. So I'm gonna lace my fingers together. We're gonna fold forward like this. And then here's what I want you to do. I call it flossing your shoulder blades. So you're gonna slide your shoulders up your back and then reach your arms overhead and let your shoulders come down. So just like that. Moving the shoulders and the arms up and down, just getting some movement into the shoulder blades, okay? Step wide. Good. Bring your hands behind your back. Lace your fingers together, palms face each other. Try to hug the heels of your hands close together. They may or may not go together, but just kind of squeeze them in a little bit. So your hands are making more like the letter V than the letter U. All right, stretch your arms back behind you. Stretch them as straight as you can, and then hinge forward. Fold from your hips. Let your shoulders slide towards your ears. And then slide your shoulder blades up your back. Your hands will come closer to your hips. And then reach your arms overhead. Let your shoulders drop down a little more. Let your neck release. Then slide your shoulder blades up your back. And do one more like that. Shoulders towards your ears. Reach your arms up. And then let them slide forward. Good. Bring your hands back to the back of your waist. Look forward. Push into your feet. Come on up. Nice. Okay, now, same thing, you're gonna switch the cross. So if you were here, you're just gonna do this. You're gonna interlace the other way. Again, breaking those habitual patterns. So other finger on top, other thumb on top, stretch your arms back. It's the way that feels weird. So put your hands behind. If it feels weird, that's the right way, right? Okay, hinge forward, arms overhead. And then same thing, shoulders towards the ears, and then sliding down the back, and then towards the ears, and sliding back. And one more time. Again, just breaking those habitual patterns. Lots of reasons to do it for the body and for our mind. Okay, bring your hands to your back, lengthen your spine, come on back up. All right, step your feet together and just take a little march out. That was a lot. All right. Now we're going to take this into humble warrior. So that looks like this. We're going to sort of put all those things together. So we're going to come into warrior 2. Hands are going to go behind. You can watch me for a second. And then we're going to fold forward like this, head towards the knee. Now, if that's too much, you can just be upright, arms back behind you. If it's hard to clasp the fingers, if your shoulders feel cranky, hold a strap behind you. It's another way to do it. Okay, so come to a wide stance again. Yep. Turn your right foot forward, your left foot in. Yep, that's it. Take your time. Bend into your right knee. Okay. Left leg nice and strong. So the more this left leg is working, the less the front leg is going to have to work. So make them both work. Okay, hands behind your back, lace your fingers, stretch your arms back behind you. Maybe this is your bus stop. Maybe you get off here. You can stay here if you like. Or you can lean forward any amount. Maybe it's just a little bit. Arms are reaching back behind. Maybe your head wants to release and come towards the floor, arms overhead. See how that feels. Nice, you guys. Hold for a breath. And then look forward first. That's it. Push into your feet and come on up. Yeah, very good. Release your hands. All right. Right foot in, left foot out. Switch the lace. The other pinky finger on top, other thumb on top. Switch the interlace behind. Stretch your arms back behind you. Bend your left knee. Yeah. And then stay here. If this is a lot for you, if it's already a lot going on, just be here. It's fine. Or maybe hinge forward a little bit, reaching your hands back. Or maybe hinge forward a lot. Wherever you are, let the pose teach you something, whether it's hard or it's easy for you. Again, just see what it is that this pose has to teach you. All right, press into your feet, look forward, come on up, turn your feet forward. Good, step your feet together, take a little march out. Okay, good. I want to do a couple, I don't think we need our mats. We're going to go to the wall, but maybe we should bring the mats. All right, bring your mat to the wall. Bring your mat to the wall. I was just trying to save us schlepping, but bring your mat over to the wall just for a couple of things. Yeah, bring the short edge of your mat to the wall. Okay, we're going to do, first thing we're going to do is a little hip stretch, or maybe a big hip stretch. Just scooch over a little bit so you're not on the plexiglass there. Yeah, there you go. That's it. You could be under the window, and it's fine. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to stand with the feet out about, I don't know, a foot and a half. And the feet a little bit narrower, just for balance-wise. So maybe a little narrower than hip distance. So come a little closer together. Good, then shift forward and poke your butt back into the wall. Have your feet farther out, Ann. So you want your ankles underneath your knees. So as you're bending your knees, if your knees are coming forward of your toes, it's going to put a lot of pressure into the knees, and it's going to be easier if your feet are a little farther out, actually. That's it. Yeah. Then the work is in the muscles and not in the joint, and that's better for the joint. Okay. Shift your weight over to your right foot, I'll mirror you guys, and cross your left ankle on top. Use your hands on the wall if you need to. Yep.
I'm worried about my knee, actually. Okay.
Can you find a spot? You could do it facing the wall if this feels like too much. Turn around and face the wall. Does that feel okay?
This is fine.
Okay. So now push your hips. You can have your hands on the wall behind you. Push your hips back into the wall and lean your torso forward. If you feel balanced and you want to go elbows onto your shin and use your left elbow to press your left knee down a little bit, you can do that. But be where it feels, yeah, safe for your knee to be. That's it. Push your butt back into the wall. Press your left knee towards the floor. Okay, you can put your hands back on the wall. Bring yourself back up. Okay, uncross. So sometimes we do this facing the wall. This is sort of changing it a little bit, right? We can come at it from different ways. It's a similar stretch, but you're having to stabilize in a different way with the butt on the wall rather than the hands on the wall. Okay, bend your knees. Sit your butt back. So it's like you're trying to sit on the wall. And then right ankle over left knee. Yeah. And then you can stay here, hands on the wall for support, but you're leaning forward and pushing your butt back into the wall. If you feel balanced, you can go forearms onto your shin and use your right elbow to press the right knee down a little bit more. If that feels like too much, just stay hands on the wall. Keep your butt pushing back. Try to keep your spine nice and long. Feel like your spine is extending up out of your pelvis. All right, one more breath here. Hands to the wall. Come on up and uncross. Good, do a little march out. Get some movement, blood flow. Okay, and now we're gonna do a tree pose a different way, using the wall in a slightly different way than we usually do. So I'm gonna take my right knee into the wall and my right heel into my left thigh, and I'm gonna kind of wedge myself in. You see that? So knee into the wall. The knee is at the wall, and I'm just heel toeing this foot in, so I've sort of squeezed myself in. So I'm using the wall for the knee, like that. Yeah, and bring the heel up as high as you can. So your right knee is in, so you step in close so that your knee can be on the wall. Go close to the wall, put your knee on the wall, like that. And now squeeze your left leg in towards the wall. Walk your right hand up the wall, take your left arm up. Good. Squeeze your outer left hip in, so it's sort of pinning you into the wall, and then see if the right hand wants to come off the wall so you're balanced. That's it. Stretch down through your legs, stretch up through your spine. Are you breathing? Don't hold your breath. Good. Then hand back to the wall. Release your left hand, release your right foot down. So just another way of using the wall to help us balance. But again, coming out of the ways that we always do things, right? Similar poses, we've done tree pose, right? Many times, but coming at it from this different way. seeing what it has to teach us. Okay, left knee into the wall, left heel to inner right thigh, or at wherever on the leg that you can, anywhere but on the knee. And then heel toe the right foot in a little bit, wedge yourself in. If you need to keep the left hand on the wall, you can do that. Stretch your right arm up, maybe both arms up. Good, keep squeezing your right hip in towards the wall. Yeah, nice, you guys, very good. Should feel a little more easeful. Using the knee on the wall for support. Take one more breath. And then hand to the wall. Release your right hand down. Release your left foot down. Okay. Okay, let's come back to our space in the room for the next thing. Okay. Here's the next thing. We're going to come towards pigeon, but we're going to come in a particular way. Some of you have probably done this before with me. Okay, so stay with me. This is, for some reason, this was a lot of confusion yesterday. I don't explain it well, and I try. Okay, so the right leg is going to be in a right angle, parallel with the front of your mat. So just do that. Sit down. Right shin parallel with the front of your mat. So bring your right leg forward. That's it. Right? No, you had it right. You had it right. Yeah, like that. So shin parallel with the front edge. Just like that. Yeah, and then flex your foot and you have a right angle. So look at your knee and you don't want it out like this. You don't want it pulled in like this. Try to just be at a right angle. Okay, now look at your left leg and you want it straight out to the left. So it might be off the mat if you want to put a blanket under it. So knee to the left, but bend your knee. Yeah, but point your knee in line with your hip, not there, like that. You got it. So you got a right angle and a right angle. Okay, then you're going to walk your hands outside the right leg. So off the mat. Walk over to the side. That's it. Over to the right. And then drop down to your elbows. So it's a twist for your upper body. Yep, grab a blanket if you need, if you want your elbows on something softer than the wood floor. Yeah, you got it. Keep your knees pressing down and maybe walk a little more to the right so you're getting a little more twist for your torso. If it feels like too much, just ignore me. Stay where you are. So more to the right, not to the left. Yeah, towards your right, like that. Yep, 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 like that. That's it. Big twist for the torso. Okay, come up into your hands. Stay with me. Okay, lean forward, take your right arm and put it on your right leg. So you're sort of leaning onto your leg and you're pinning the bones of your leg. Right arm, right leg. That's it. So you're holding the bones here nice and steady. Then start to work your left leg back behind you. Yep, towards like a pigeony leg. Lean forward with your torso and stretch that leg back. Yep. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, might not go very far, that's okay. And then bring your elbows forward to the floor in front of your knee. So it's a pigeony stretch. You should feel a little stretch in your right hip, yeah? Yeah, a little bit. And then once you're leaning forward, if you can stretch your left leg a little more back behind you, do that. And if not, if that's the extent of that leg moving back, then just be there. That's it. So a sort of pigeony stretch, coming in a slightly different way than we usually do. What does it have to teach you? If you find yourself being annoyed by it or into that mind space of why is my body not doing this? Why does my body do this, that, or the other thing? Just open up. What does this pose have to teach you? Maybe it's here to teach you that you hate pigeon pose. I mean, that's a thing. It's okay. We're not going to love every pose. Okay, slide your back knee forward and come back up to sit. Good. Over to the other side. So switch your legs. I'm going to turn around just so I don't have my back to you. You don't have to turn around. Just bring your left leg in front. Yep. Left leg at parallel with the front of your mat. Right knee out to the right. Yes. So this is actually called swastikasana, as we know that, this is a symbol of peace and prosperity and joy in India. Hitler turned it the other way and it became something horrible. But I don't often use the word because it's a triggering word for some people. But it's also, again, while we're talking about reframing things, it's still a widely used symbol in India for peace and prosperity and love. It's the backwards version. Or he did the backwards version, I should say. Okay, walk outside your left leg and drop to your elbows. And I share the name because I think having that visual can be helpful in just figuring out how to organize your legs into this pose, the right angles of that shape. All right, maybe walk a little bit more to the left so you're getting a little more twist. Yep, that's it. Push your knees, your feet down to the floor. Okay, and then come on upright. My funny story about the swastika is my husband's family's from India, and when they came to do henna for us for my wedding, they were doing it on my husband, and she's putting swastikas on his hands, and he's like, I get it, Bua, but no, not for the half-Jewish wedding. Sorry, we can't do it. He was just putting swastikas. He's like, no, I mean, not the original swastika, but he was like, no, not for this one. Lean forward, slide the right leg back. That's it. That's it. So get that right leg as far back behind as you can. Rest onto your elbows. Let your head release. So anytime we reframe, whether it's a symbol that, is a triggering symbol, or it's an idea that we have, or again, someone coming into our life and testing us in a certain way, we can see it as a blessing or we can see it as a lesson. But either way, we're growing from that. We are seeing the world with a wider lens, a more open view. All right, slide the back leg forward and come on up. Swing your legs around in front of you. Do a couple windshield wipers here. Okay, come to your back. We're going to do the face up version of Gomukhasana. So that looks like this. It's going to be knee over knee. And we're going to hold the ankle, so my right hand is holding my left hand is holding my right ankle. So go right leg over left, cross at the knee. That's it. Find your feet. So knee over knee. So Akiko, if you can, like that. Bring your knee on top. So yeah, that's it. And then hold your ankles. Good. Now, instead of pulling your heels down towards your butt, lift your feet up a little bit. That's it. And then pull your feet away from each other. Pull your right foot to the left, your left foot to the right. It's a lot of work for the upper body, but you get a nice stretch for the hips. And now pull your feet, your ankles down towards your shoulders a little bit, and you'll get even a little bit more stretch into the hips. That's it. Take one more breath here. And then exhale and release. And uncross. Let your knees rest together for a moment. Relax your shoulders and your jaw and your face. And then switch. Put the left leg on top. Knee over knee. So cross as high up as you can. Squeeze your legs together. Lift up your feet. Hold right foot in the left hand, left foot in the right hand. Good. Lift your heels in line with your knees. Pull your feet in opposite directions. Pull your right foot to the left, your left foot to the right. And then maybe pull your feet towards your shoulders a little bit, knees towards your chest a little bit more. And breathe, if you can breathe. And if you can't breathe, then you're overdoing it and ease out a little bit. Okay, release. Uncross, rest your knees together. Okay. Roll over to your side and come on up. I want to do one more seated posture. So here's where you may want to bolster. I'm going to show this with a bolster. We're going to start in tabletop. So we're going to do the right side up version of the pose that we just did. You can do this with a block or with a bolster. The bolster is obviously a little bit softer. So just watch for a second. So I'm going to cross Right knee behind the left knee, feet wide. So the legs are making sort of a V shape. The feet are wide. So I've got the bolster between my feet, and I'm working my hips back to the bolster. Now, I might just land here, right? I might just land hips back on the bolster and torso forward. If I feel comfortable, if the knees feel okay, maybe you bring yourself upright to sit. If the bolster's too low, you can do it, you can sort of double it up. You can put a block on top, sit up a little bit higher. And if all of that is not working, just be here. Just cross the legs and do a child's pose, right? If it's too much on the knees to sit all the way back, and it might be, it's a big pose for the knees. So if it's too much, maybe you're just in a child's pose. All right, so we're gonna come in step by step, and as I always say, you get off the bus at your step. So from tabletop, cross your right knee behind your left knee, fully behind, good. And then move the bolster so it's between your feet. So just adjust yourself so that the bolster is between your feet. So now just move the bolster over again. That's it. Yeah. You got it. Okay, now start to sit yourself back. And if your knees start screaming at you, just be here. This is it. Just do this. If you can get your butt back to the bolster, bring your butt to the bolster. Yeah. Push your feet down into the floor. If that feels like, if it feels okay, bring your weight onto your hips. Yep, that top knee is up and over. That's it. Push your feet down. Rest your hands on your thighs if you're upright. Yeah, very good, you guys. Draw your shoulders back, sit tall. Try to balance your weight on your sitting bones. So for most of us, the top knee, I think I'm on the other side from you guys, but that top leg hip is going to want to be higher. So just anchor it down. Take one more breath where you are. Yeah, that's good, Michael. Okay. And then if you want to just uncross to come out, you can do it uncross, or you can shift forward and come out the way we came in. Either way. That's it. Okay. So that's a big pose. We don't do that pose in here very often, but there's ways to do it that we can make it, a more reasonable pose. And it gets into those really deep rotators really well. Like, I don't know of any other movement that does that. So I like to do it sometimes because it's a nice deep hip stretch. Okay, we're going left knee behind right knee. That's it. And then as you start to back yourself up, and you'll see, the other side's going to feel really different, maybe easier, maybe harder. Just be with it. Again, you can land here. You can just be here, sort of folded forward. You can keep your knees down. This can be it. If you can get your hips back to the bolster, go hips back to the bolster. Yeah. Sit up tall. Again, anchor that right hip down. It's going to want to lift up. You can just rest your hands on your thigh. Close your eyes. There are arms to this pose too. We're not even going there today. We're just going to do the legs because the legs are a lot. The legs are enough. Push your feet to the floor. Anchor your hips to the floor. Just knowing that you are exactly as you are meant to be. Even if life is challenging or something's being thrown into your path that feels like an obstruction, can it be there for your own blessing and for your own learning? All right, shift forward. Uncross if you need to first, and then, good. Come to tabletop. Okay, so we've got the bolster. Let's do, so we're gonna do support. I'm just seeing what they have at home to use. So if you've got a block at home, you can just do the bridge, block up hips on the block. If you've got a bolster, you can do it this way for today if you like. So slide it down, and then hips are going to be on and shoulders off. So you're going to move the bolster down so that you can get your shoulders on the floor, your head on the floor, your back, your middle lower back on the bolster. So you're scooting yourself forward so your head is on the floor above. So you might need to pull the bolster towards the back of your mat, or just, work yourself back. That's it. That's it. Shoulders on the floor. So keep going back in, or slide your bolster down. Shoulders on the floor. Yeah, keep going back. If you want to move the bolster down, there you go. Good. And then you can go cactus arms, if that's comfortable for a shoulder. If you're at home and you don't have a bolster, you can just go hips up on the block. You can do a bridge with the hips on the block. I like the knees resting against each other here. It just gives a little, with the knees bent. So you can bend your knees and let your knees kind of knock together. If you want the legs out straight for a deeper back bend, of course, that's fine. If you're feeling like you need a little more release in your low back, knees bent and knees together can be helpful. In this position, the diaphragm really opens up. We can breathe a little more deeply. So focus on some deep, long, steady breaths. Letting your body begin to settle towards Shavasana. All right. If your legs are straight, bend your knees. Push your feet into the floor, so feet on either side of the bolster. Lift up your hips, and then use your hands to just slide the bolster forward so that you're fully on your back on the floor. So just lift up your hips, slide it out. That's it. Good. Then lift your knees and your feet up. Reach between your knees. Catch your feet for Ananda Balasana, happy baby pose. That's it. Let your shoulders be relaxed. If you like to rock a little, you could do a little rocking side to side, rolling out the back a little bit. Tip your pelvis forward and back a few times. Create a little more stretch for the low back and for the hamstrings if you're looking for that. And then draw your knees down a little closer to your armpits. And keeping your left knee where it is, push your right foot into your right hand. Extend your right leg any amount more out to the right. Maybe straighten the leg a little bit. That's it. And then bend that knee again, and then press your left foot out to the left a little bit. That's it. And then rebend and release your feet down to the floor. All right, now we're gonna move towards Shavasana. If you want to use your bolster underneath your legs, you can kind of bring it in, turn it sideways, bring it underneath your knees, and have something to rest your legs on. If you'd rather just stretch out flat on the floor, of course, that's totally fine. We just have the bolsters so we can use them if that serves you. Stretch your legs out, either over the bolster or straight out on the floor. Let the pinky toes drop to the floor. Turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Let your shoulders relax. Your arms and fingers relax. Your hips and pelvis sink into the floor. Your thighs, your knees, your ankles, release and let go. Relax your fingers and your toes. Relax the muscles in your face, your tongue, your jaw, the inner corners of your eyes, the outer corners of your eyes. Relax the muscles in your forehead. Let your head sink into your mat. Let your body, your whole body, deeply release and soften. Turn towards your heart, towards a deeper, quieter, calmer, steady space within yourself. Let your awareness rest there deeply.
Gently now, allow your breath to deepen. Allow some small movements, beginning to stretch and move and reawaken in a way that feels gentle and kind to yourself. Bend up your knees and roll to your right side. And then slowly find your way back to a comfortable seat. You want to sit up on the bolster, you've got it there to sit on if that would be helpful. The word guru is darkness, and ru means remover of darkness. So the guru is the one who moves us from darkness to light, who opens our eyes, who helps us to see. And that may be in the form of a mentor or a teacher, or it may be in a different form, one that's more challenging, one that's more, that's harder for us to digest, but is still there for our awakening and for our learning and for our transformation. And when we can see it that way, when we can see all of life as our teacher, then we're in this constant state of either being blessed or being taught, and it's up to us how we want to engage with that. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. If there is a particular teacher who you want to honor, a mentor, someone who was a presence in your life that you appreciate, you can send a blessing to them with this last Om. Take in a deep breath. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thanks for showing up, for teaching me, for being a partner in this practice. All right. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
You're welcome. See you soon.
So long, everyone.
Bye, Mike.